Hello friends and fellow gamers, MKxJUMP here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Mid-Autumn event for Idle Heroes. It is absolutely colossal. There are so many rewards to get this week, and so many different ways to get them, that this week's event can seem a little bit overwhelming, even if you're a spender. There are so many different dynamics that we're going to be breaking all this down for you in a really, hopefully helpful way that you guys can walk away and understand how to best engage with this event, whether you're a free-to-play player, big spender, medium spender, or someone who's just saved up a lot of resources so you can get the most out of this week. So folks, let's dive straight into this week's event in Idle Heroes. So first things first, every day for logging in, we're going to get ourselves 15 mithril pickaxes, and these will be quite useful for engaging with the Sky Labyrinth, but unfortunately, Sky Labyrinth isn't actually a deep part of this week's event, so it doesn't matter how far you get in Sky Labyrinth, that's not actually going to impact your bigger rewards overall. However, they have changed some things to Sky Labyrinth, which we will take a look at in a second, but just make sure that you log in daily anyway to grab these rewards, and you also get yourself a super wishing coin as well, which you can use to help you with your monthly events. On top of that, for logging in on the first day of this week, we have the Mid-Autumn Blessing, which is giving us gems and some scrolls and some 5-star heroes, so all that stuff is absolutely fantastic. And also, the community has gone together and already done a ton of progress in this week's event, which means everyone is getting 1,000 gems, 10 scrolls, 10 super wishing coins, 10 profit orbs, and 5 Course of Transcendence. Also, go to the cool events and cash in the code IH23Moon, which you can go ahead and use to get yourself 10 heroic summon scrolls, 5 profit orbs, and 1,000 gems as well. As well, just for logging in, we've got a check-in event for Mid-Autumn, which is giving you a fancy new celebration avatar. We've got 20 heroic summon scrolls coming from here, and on top of that, you're getting profit orbs for day 2, gems for day 3, 20 mithril pickaxes for day 4, which is an extra level in the Sky Labyrinth, and as well, you can get some super wishing coins. On day 6, you're getting the Core of Transcendence there, 10 of them, which is absolutely fantastic, and on the 7th day, you're getting yourself a luxury skin chest as well. So yeah, make sure you go ahead and log in every day, because these rewards are phenomenal. With all that said, let's talk about the main objectives for this week. You need to get Laurel twigs and golden Laurel twigs. Golden Laurel twigs are important because they can get you some really top rewards, like Core of Origin shards, or you can get Essence Sublimation chests, and heck, if you get all the way to 8, you can go ahead and cash them in to get Scattered Spirit Vein shards and Divine Power Aurora gems, which are helpful for anyone in late game trying to get Destiny heroes. And actually, if you get a lot of these normal Laurel twigs, you're able to get some really nice Festival limited skins. Also, you can get yourself some soul symbols as well, just one time, which is pretty good. Now, I do want to stress early on, if you do get 2 of the golden ones and 100 of the normal ones, then actually this is probably still not worth it. The Whimsical Carousel is a pretty poor item for the treasure train. It only gives you an attack percentage bonus in the Void campaign. I don't think attack percentage bonuses are that significant, so maybe you don't need to go ahead and get this one, and even the fixed stats from this are outclassed by other items. So it's probably not the best thing to invest in, and you'd probably be much better getting yourself Core of Origin shards and Essence Sublimation chests if you can. But of course, you're probably wondering how on earth do you get these Laurel things? Well, it starts off with what's called the Standard Slash. This is a tremendously boring thing, and I don't know why we can't smash it, but basically the way it works is you go ahead, hold down that green button, and this dude is just going to keep chopping and chopping and chopping and beating away at that wood until he goes ahead and gets himself a little mini game where you have a chance to go ahead and get this fireball in between these dark lines, and that will get you 1 Laurel twig. Not very exciting, but you do have 500 attempts every day, so it is a huge time sink that feels completely pointless. The more important thing is using Immortal slashes. Immortal slashes are far better. These can get you a Laurel twig every time with a 0.5% chance to get you a golden twig. However, if you do 50 consecutive Immortal slashes without getting a golden twig, the 50th will get you one. So pretty much think about it like this. Every 50 you do, you're guaranteed to get 1 in return, with a chance of high rolling even more, which is quite nice. Now, the event goals are simple. You just get rewards for getting Laurel twigs anyway, so forget about just cashing them in like I showed you earlier. If you just get 2 Laurel twigs, you still get yourself an artifact selection chest. That's very nice. If you get up to 4, you can even get yourself, if you want to, half a Core of Origin shard and an item for the treasure train as well. This is all very helpful stuff. That would be my recommendation for any player compared to these other 2 rewards. But you're probably wondering to yourself, well, how on earth do I get the 200 of these Immortal Slashes needed to get the guaranteed 4 Laurel Twigs? Because if you remember, you get 1 for every 50. Well, I'm glad you asked. The way you can go ahead and get the Immortal Slashes are several. The first way, and probably the easiest, is by engaging with this joyful firework event. What you can basically do every single day is launch a firework for free with a chance of getting something nice. Now, you've seen there, I got Essence Sublimation for my active skill, and I went ahead and got 4 Immortal Powers. But if you're fed up of getting random rewards, you can actually massively increase the odds of whatever reward you want here. My advice would be to go for Stellar Shards, but I would totally understand if you went for Master's Toolboxes or if you were looking at the sublimation materials. Definitely wouldn't be going for crystals or relics or these hard or fine woods, and some people in certain circumstances might consider the normal Celestial Island resources, but generally I think it's hard to pass up on Stellar Shards or sublimation. Spiritual Essence might be tempting if you haven't done the Glory Challenge, but I don't think that's a good idea at all, as Stellar Shards are always the bottle cap for getting Tree of Origin on heroes, so that's the priority for you. Definitely don't go with the Spiritual Essence. Now, you might get overwhelmed if you look at the bottom here and realize that you can spend 1,000 gems with 100 chances to do that. That's 100,000 gems, and you might think, what the heck? There's no way a free-to-play player can do that. Correct. That's why, actually, you can only get 128 Immortal Powers for free, and you get 4 every time. So the 7 you get for free anyway are giving you 28, so you just need to do another 25 of them, which means it's only 25,000 gems, which is a much more reasonable thing. And when you consider you have a massive chance of getting Stellar Shards and Sublimation from this, the 1,000 gems is absolutely worth the investment. But the important thing is that you go ahead and do this at the end of the event, because you are getting 1 every day for logging in. It would be a bit of a nightmare as a free-to-play player if you wasted a few thousand gems by trying to do this early. My advice, wait until the end of the week, make sure you've logged in every day, make sure you've done your fireworks every day, and then just spend 25,000 gems to get 128 Immortal Power. I would then do this first, because you could actually high roll the rewards. You might just get the 4 twigs you need to get yourself half a core of origin, and that's pretty fine. You wouldn't actually need to use any resources or anything else. You can go in and get your sublimation selection chest by getting to 3 laurels, spending that, and you're off. You've got yourself some pretty nice rewards. So you wouldn't need to do any of the other ways of getting yourself Immortal Slashes. You're probably wondering what those are. Well, one of your options is to go ahead and buy them with money using value packages or contract story gems. If that's up for you and you're a spender, it's potentially something you might want to consider. Not to mention, you are also getting treasure coupons for this week's event and a ton of gems and mithril pickaxes for this week's event. Very helpful if you're trying to make progress. Not to mention wishing coins are in here too. And the nice thing about wishing coins is these are giving Immortal Power as well. In fact, you are getting 72 Immortal Power if you max out this whole thing. You're going to need 2,160 wishing coins to go ahead and do all the necessary wishing coins to basically do this. Make sure you're always clicking the 80 coins for 100 spins button, because that's the most efficient way to use your wishing coins, and that's when you'll need 2,160. And if you're curious on ways to get wishing coins on your account, one of the easiest opportunities is available if you go and click on the Trial of the Champions, click this button up here, and if you've managed to save up a ton of arena tokens, you can go ahead and cash them in for wishing coins. Very helpful. So if you do have a ton of wishing coins saved up, and you do have 25,000 gems, this week it means you can get 200 Immortal Slashes on your account. And 200 Immortal Slashes is guaranteed to get you all the way up to 4 golden laurel twigs. You might even high roll and manage to get to 6, which is enough to get you a sublimation chest as a reward as well. But if we look further into this, you'll see that there's some really interesting additions to this event. First of all, we have a series collection, which is rewarding you for going into the treasure train by giving you these boxes here. You get an orange box for 30, you get an orange box for 60, and then you get a pink box for 100. There's a specific area in the treasure train which is called the Special Search, which is getting you an increased chance of these newer festival items as well, which are available in those chests. If we take a look at them, they've got some pretty powerful abilities. For example, this one here gives you all damage reduction on your Transcendence heroes, which is a pretty powerful pink item. We've got ourselves this one, which is giving holy damage to Transcendence heroes. That's phenomenal for improving your damage output. Not to mention that gives 248,000 fixed attack when it's fully upgraded. That is amazing. And it's 50,000 holy damage as well. Wild. We've got this that gives fixed stats. The fixed stats aren't bad, but I wouldn't rush into grabbing that when you can get yourself 50% holy damage. And not to mention, you've also got a chance to get this from the orange chest as well. And this is the encapsulated memories, or the picture frame, which gives crit damage. So don't sleep on this one either. As you can see though, there's that whimsical carousel I was on about. That attack bonus really doesn't excite me. This one here, the cotton candy ice cream, that's not bad. That gives crit damage reduction, but it's only in Void campaign, so just bear that one in mind. And then you've got the colorful festival balloons, which gives absolutely wild fixed stats. They're giving you 424,000 fixed attack when that's upgraded. So that's just instantly better than that one we were looking at earlier. So I would definitely go ahead and prioritize the balloons instead of this exquisite mooncake. However, I don't think either of them are your priorities. As I said, holy damage is absolutely phenomenal, and so is crit damage. So I'd probably lean towards getting them ones upgraded first. So basically, the point of this event is to go ahead and spend gems to get this immortal power that you can then use to get immortal slashes, which will then get you laurel twigs that are golden, which will then get you these rewards here. You can then go ahead and spend those laurel twigs to get even more rewards, and that is exactly how to make progress this week. If you're a spender, I'd probably be looking at this here, with the goal of getting to 8 golden laurel twigs. And to make it even easier for you, DH Games have given us 2 fantastic packages. The $100 pack is giving you 2,000 Prism Starry Gems, along with 60 Mithril Pickaxes, 30 Cores of Transcendence, 25 Charm Coupons, and 80 Immortal Power, along with double rewards in Sky Labyrinth, and they've changed a few of the Sky Labyrinth rewards, which makes this even more interesting. And as well, looking down, we've got a new skin for Betty that's giving Holy Damage, Control Immunity, and Speed, so if that was something you wanted, that's pretty cool. Also makes her look a lot less gory than the normal version of Betty, but this package is also giving 1,000 Prism Starry Gems, 15 Cores of Transcendence, 150 Wishing Coins, 15 Charm Coupons, and as well, Immortal Power 40 times. The thing that stands out about these 2 packages is, yes, they cost $150, but there's also something else they added to this event. Every $6 you spend is going to get you Charm Treasure Coupons. So if you buy both of those for $150, you're getting an additional 25 Charm Treasure Coupons thrown in as well. That means with the 25 here, plus the 25 you get for spending, that's 50. Add to that these 15, that takes you to 65. Between these 2 packages, that's 65 Charm Treasure Coupons. That is enough to get you these 2 guaranteed orange chests right here. And if you wanted to get to 100 to get a guaranteed pink, if you take the 3,000 starry gems that you're getting from those packs and you go ahead and exchange them in the auction house by getting some really cheap copies that you can then destroy in the Soul Temple for contract starry gems, then my friend, you are going to get yourself potentially 5,000 contract starry gems, which is exactly enough to go to the cool events, hit up the value packs here, and that's going to get you 2 of these top packs. That's going to get you another 160 immortal powers, and more importantly, 40 more charm treasure coupons, which takes you exactly to 105. That, in my opinion, is a phenomenal way of spending $150 in Idle Heroes, not to mention all those mithril pickaxes you're getting from these packs, all the gems, and all the immortal power as well, is going to get you tons of stuff added on. In fact, the immortal power alone that you're getting from those things is definitely going to get you enough of these golden laurel twigs to get you to number 8, which is getting you a chance to get this artifact right here. But more importantly, 8 was exactly what we needed with laurel twigs to get ourselves scattered spirit bane shards and divine power aurora gems, which are needed to get destiny heroes. And if as a spender, you go ahead and high roll, you can get yourself even more crazy rewards. You've got opportunities for sublimation and half a core of origin. You've got a chance to get that all over again, but this time it's offering you that treasure candy that gives some really nice fixed stats. For 14, you can go ahead and get yourself those balloons, and of course that's going to get you as well an opportunity to get some divine power aurora gems or spirit vein shards for upgrading your heroes, and for 16, you can do that again. So potentially spenders are going to get very excited because, again, as we said, every $6 you spend is also going to get you these charm treasure coupons. That means spenders could absolutely go wild and massively buff up their treasure train, but do be warned, guys, have a limit to your spending, and if there are people that you are responsible for that will be affected by your spending, and of course if it's going to throw you into debt, do not spend. Just be sensible and don't push yourself beyond your means as a spender. Now, if we look at Sky Labyrinth real quick, they have changed a few of the rewards, like I said. The most important thing to see is the material selection chests. These would used to give you just like Starspawn cores and a chance for Cores of Transcendence. You generally typically pick Starspawn cores from this. Well, now they have added 125,000 Stellar Shards to both this package, and the chest you get at 16 is the same. That also gives you 125,000 Stellar Shards. So that's potentially exciting for you. If you push all the way to 24 as well, this one is giving 375,000. If you like Stellar Shards, those packs are pretty good. Not to mention, if you get double rewards, you are absolutely going to get double of those chests, which means double the stellar shards. And if you bought those packs that add up to $150, you'll probably get yourself to level 16 in the Sky Labyrinth, which means you're getting 250,000 stellar shards twice over. That's 500,000 stellar shards for that spending as well. That seems extraordinarily tempting if you get lucky in the Sky Labyrinth. Mysterious chests are here too. I wouldn't really get too crazy about these. We do have some incredible gem value from events this week, and just in general, I like saving gems for big events like this one, but you can't really say no to 500 gems for 5 heroic summon scrolls. That's pretty darn good. And on top of that, the 8,000 one, a lot of people love getting hyped for this because it contains guild coins, but guys, this is just really expensive nowadays. I think it's worth a skip. So there you have it, an absolutely colossal event with so many ways that free-to-play players and spenders can get themselves some top rewards. Free-to-play players that don't have a ton of wishing coins, my advice to you is to go ahead and just spend gems and wishing coins where you can and see if you can high roll. A good cutoff point for you would be getting 2 golden laurel twigs and just grabbing an artifact and calling it a day. Or maybe if you can get to 3, you can grab yourself an Essence Sublimation chest to help you upgrade those Transcendence heroes you will eventually want to build on your account. And given all the potential rewards this week, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a lot of people spend just to massively boost up their treasure train and get themselves some incredible stuff to set themselves up for Destiny heroes. However, don't forget, DH Games are periodically releasing these bosses, which do give a ton of Destiny improvements as well. You can get Spirit Vein shards, Stellar shards, and Aurora Gem shards from here, so don't get too carried away with your spending, as there are other ways to obtain those materials. But that said, if you want to build a massively huge Divine Power army, you are going to need a lot of that stuff, and spenders really do like getting stuff early, so I'm a bit scared for some people's wallets. No doubt we're going to see a lot of spending this week. Next week, on the other hand, we get a brand new hero coming out and an exchange event giving Alamak and Geista, Palace of Eternity, and Crystal Return, of course, and I'm excited to see who our new hero is going to be. They no doubt will be made transcendent, they might disrupt the game, they might not, but either way, we're due an Abyss hero, so guys, get ready for that, as it will potentially be great. And if you want more information about that, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, as every Friday I will review the events and break them down for you. This week might seem fairly complicated, but hopefully I've broken it down in a way that you can understand. Just get those golden laurels, exchange them for great rewards, and any of the normal laurels you have, you can use for skins and soul symbols. Good luck, everybody. Let me know what you're doing in the comment section down below, and if you have any questions, drop those in there too. See you next time, folks. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this, and of course, have a fantastic week, and happy idling.